Look what I made. Let me tell you how I made it. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. The other night I was on live on my YouTube channel demonstrating how to use one of Creative Fabrica's, I would say it's new tools, and it's called Shapecloud. Now we were on live for like more than 2 hours, and during that time I demonstrated how to use Shapecloud to fill it with words and colors and kind of play with the features to create something so amazing. Well, I continue to use it, and I've made a shorter tutorial for those of you who like to just get straight to the point, and I am going to demonstrate how to use Shapecloud, how I use Shapecloud to create this beautiful heart with my children's name in it. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's get started. The materials I use for this project include a sub 125 gram 11 by 17 sublimation paper. My ink is Hippo Sublimation ink. I used a Cricut brand shirt, a lint roller, butcher paper, my 16 by 20 auto open wallet press that I purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. My printer is an Epson EcoTank 15,000 that has the Hippo Sublimation ink inside. I'm used Creative Fabrica's new tool called Shapecloud, and I uploaded it into the Silhouette software. Silhouette is currently having a sale on their software. I'm going to demonstrate the full process. Let's head over to the computer so that I can demonstrate how to use Creative Fabrica's tool called Shapecloud. Let's see what Creative Fabrica is offering for their deal right now. It's called a Black Friday deal, but I feel they've extended it for a while, and it is a great deal. For $47, you get to extend your renewal date by 1 year. You get access to all graphics, fonts, classes, and more. You get personal, commercial, and print-on-demand use of their files. And you get all of this for $3.99 per month. It is billed one time at $47, and you just can't beat it. At first, I renewed mine for 1 additional year. And then I went back and I added an additional year, so I will not have to renew again until 2025. $47. I'm not being billed every month. I can't beat it, and I don't think you'll find anything less expensive than this. Let's look at one of the tools they've added, and it is called Shapecloud. I'm going to show you how to use it. In order to use Shapecloud, you will go to the top menu and click on Tools and click on the option for Shapecloud, and you will see an image that looks like this. When Shapecloud opens up, this is the default image that you will see every time. So you'll see, if you look at the left panel, there are 5 words. The first word is creative. Whatever word is first will be the main word or the center word, and it'll be the biggest word on the image. What I'm going to do first is type my son's name, and his name is Miles, M-Y-L-E-S. You see, it's the 6th word, and I've updated it, and it's hard to see his name. But what I'm going to do is delete the other words that are there by default, and I'm going to click Update Changes again so you can see what happens to the image. As you can see, his name takes up the full image. I'm going to add 2 additional names. I'm going to click the play button each time I add a name. And when I'm finished, I'm going to click Update Changes. And you will see that his name will still be the biggest because the word you type first will always take up the biggest space on your image. Now let's look at the next feature in this tool. Right here it says upload shape. I have the option to upload any SVG that I want to use instead of the standard shapes they have. I already have a set of shapes that I've downloaded from Creative Fabrica, and what I would like to do is use the shape of a heart instead of using the silhouette image that's already there. So what you'll still notice is that Miles' name is still the biggest and the other names have been distributed throughout the heart. You can look through the other shapes, but I did not find any that were appealing to me. Next option that's provided in this tool is the ability to look at different fonts and see how they work in your design. One of the default fonts is one that's called Pacifico, but there are about 7 or 8 options within the tool that you can just kind of see, play around with and see if you like them. The next one I'm looking at is called Cello 1. I like this one because it is big and bold and it really does make a statement, and the font is very easy to read. So this right here will be a matter of personal preference. So you can look at the font, you can change the color options, you can just use one standard color, or you can use what's called a color scheme. And so there are a set of built-in colors that all work together, and you can see how that looks within your design, and you can make a choice from there. Now, you can add words, you can add shapes, you can also add your favorite font. The only thing I have not found within this tool is the ability to change up the color scheme. However, I do know that once you get your file downloaded, you can change the color scheme in other software programs. I have not tried that, but I've heard that from other members in my Facebook group. I do like the way this looks, but I hadn't decided if I wanted to definitely use this one, but this was one of my options. The process for adding a font looks like this. You click on upload your own, click to select file, so you will navigate to wherever you have your font saved. I'm navigating to my Creative Fabrica files folder, and within that folder I'm going to go to my fonts folder, and I'm going to just upload a font that's called Boho. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to click open, and I'm going to give the tool a second to process that request. I'm going to click upload, and you will see that the font that's currently on the screen will be changed to Boho. I continued to play around with different font options and color schemes until I found the one that I liked. I did have to play with this for a few minutes because I just was being indecisive, and I just love so many of the options. This is the one that I settled on, and what I did was click download PNG. I went to my downloads folder, and then I uploaded this file into Silhouette Studio to get it printed out. Let me show you how to do that. I am in Silhouette Studio, and what I'm going to do is click File, going to click Open, and I'm going to navigate to that file that I just downloaded. When the file comes in, it does look very red and it's a little off-putting, to be honest. I'm going to move the heart to the middle of the screen. My paper is sized at 11 by 17 because that's the size paper I'm using. I'm increasing the view so I can show you what is causing my file to look so red, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to adjust that setting. Over in the right panel, if you scroll down to the 5th icon, there is an option for line style. Right now, my image has a red outline around all of the words. And in order to change that, I'd have to click on the image, and I'd click that box that just looks like an empty paint bucket. And then I can turn that outline off. And now you can see my image does not have that red line anymore. Right now, my paper is in portrait mode, but I do want to change it to landscape mode. So for the width, I'm going to change it to 17, and I'm going to change the height to 11. And that will allow me to resize the heart and make it wider before I print it. So now my orientation has been changed to landscape, and I will start to adjust the size of the heart. Now it's time to click File and Print. And I'm going to click Print right here. My printer options will come up. I'll navigate to my Epson EcoTank 15,000. I will have to move this box to see my printer settings behind here. I'll select my Epson EcoTank 15,000. I'll go to Preferences and make sure that my image is on landscape and that it is mirrored. I will do a print preview before I actually print, and I will make sure that it is on the right settings, and I'll get this printed out. Everything I'll do from here will be back on the camera. Now let's move over to the heat press. I have my heat press set for 400 degrees. I usually let my image sit on the heat press while I'm doing other prep. I'm using a Cricut shirt. I'm just going to remove it from the bag and get it ready for pressing. Cricut shirts are 95% polyester, and I just love the quality of them. Before I do anything to this, I am going to do a quick lint roll. The purpose of lint rolling is to make sure you get rid of all of those blue fibers that are just magical and come from nowhere. The next thing I'm going to do is put a sheet or a piece of butcher paper inside the shirt to protect the ink from going through from the front to the back of the shirt. And once I have the butcher paper in place, then I will do a quick 5-second pre-press of the shirt. Now what I'm going to do is tear away the white pieces of paper that I don't need, that are not a part of the image, and I am going to tape the image face down on the shirt using Cricut heat resistant tape. Now I'm going to place butcher paper on top of the shirt to protect my heat press from getting any ink on the heat plate. The shirt is being pressed at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 60 seconds. After removing the top piece of butcher paper, it is time to peel and reveal it. You know, this is the most exciting part of any tutorial for me. Look at how gorgeous this is. You already know I'm going to say I love it. I love it. I love the way this turned out. I'm removing the butcher paper from the inside so you can get a good look at this, but I absolutely love it. And hopefully you have found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.